The good life is one inspired by love and guided by knowledge. The whole problem with the world is that fools and fanatics are always so certain of themselves and wiser people so full of doubts. Do not fear to be eccentric in opinion, for every opinion now accepted was once eccentric. To conquer fear is the beginning of wisdom. The trouble with the world is that the stupid are cocksure and the intelligent are full of doubt. The greatest challenge to any thinker is stating the problem in a way that will allow a solution. The only thing that will redeem mankind is cooperation. Men fear thought, as they fear nothing else on earth more than ruin, more even than death. The time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time. The fact that an opinion has been widely held is no evidence whatever that it is not utterly absurd. Three passions, simple but overwhelmingly strong, have governed my life: the longing for love, the search for knowledge, an unbearable pity for the suffering of mankind. Fear is the main source of superstition and one of the main sources of cruelty. To conquer fear is the beginning of wisdom. The hardest thing to learn in life is which bridge to cross and which to burn. Of all forms of caution, caution in love is perhaps the most fatal to true happiness. A stupid man's report of what a clever man says can never be accurate, because he unconsciously translates what he hears into something he can understand. It is the preoccupation with possessions, more than anything else, that prevents us from living freely and nobly. In all affairs, it's a healthy thing now and then to hang a question mark on the things you have long taken for granted. Most people would rather die than think. In fact, they do so. To be without some of the things you want is an indispensable part of happiness. It is easy in the world to live after the world's opinion. It is easy in solitude to live after our own, but the great man is he who in the midst of the crowd keeps with perfect sweetness the independence of solitude. The universe may have a purpose, but nothing we know suggests that, if so, this purpose has any similarity to ours. The secret to happiness is to face the fact that the world is horrible. Freedom of opinion can only exist when the government thinks itself secure. I would never die for my beliefs because I might be wrong. to teach how to live without certainty, and yet without being paralyzed by hesitation, is perhaps the chief thing that philosophy in our age can do for those who study it. One of the symptoms of an approaching nervous breakdown is the belief that one's work is terribly important. There is something feeble and a little contemptible about a man who cannot face the perils of life without the help of comfortable myths. If there were in the world today any large number of people who desired their own happiness more than they desired the unhappiness of others, we could have paradise in a few years. I found one day in school a boy of medium size ill-treating a smaller boy. I expostulated, but he replied, "The bigs hit me, so I hit the babies, that's fair." In these words he epitomized the history of the human race. War does not determine who is right, only who is left. The world is full of magical things patiently waiting for our wits to grow sharper. Aristotle maintained that women have fewer teeth than men, although he was twice married. It never occurred to him to verify this statement by examining his wives' mouths.